Hello guys and welcome back to We Are Racing. For today's episode we're going to be working on wiring on the Birkin. We're going to focus on mostly the wiring, getting lights in place, figuring out where our wiring needs to go. It's not permanent yet. This will be part of the test fit process to be able to figure out where the wiring needs to go, and maybe a few other little things that we might want to do, which is also in preparation for wiring. Right, just a quick update. Brendan is busy sorting out the wiring in the cabin for us over there, trying to figure out what plugs into where, more specifically looking at the little dashboard over here and which switches need to go where in a sort of logical fashion. Clearly we haven't read the manuals yet that was supplied to us, and later on in this video we will thank a few people for things that was provided to us. In the meantime, I've been carrying on with the fuel tank over here, trying to fit it. It is quite a turned out to be quite a mission, but apparently not so much of a mission. You'll notice the screw over there. Top tip, attach those first. You've got these two brace struts that need to go and hold the fuel tank in place. They look like this. Attach the top first, because when you get to the bottom over here, they've got fairly long screws, looks like these, and the idea is that those will then brace the fuel tank. So these are adjustable and you'll strap the fuel tank as tight as it needs to go. We also do have some rubber strapping here to make sure that we don't damage the fuel tank and that it can actually handle the stresses that's going to be put onto it.
Then we collide, then we collide.
Hey guys, I'm interrupting your viewing pleasure. This is me from the future, coming to set the record straight. Thanks for the comments, really do appreciate it. I did make a promise that I will get to every single comment and that I will read them and respond to them as far as I humanly possible. So I almost started World War III, and I did this by putting the Lotus Birkin and the Caterham and the Lotus 7 all in the same sentence, and I've just done it again. Thanks for all the information. Thank you for everybody who sent me information, who sent me details. I clearly understand now that the similarities between those cars basically stop with the silhouette, the way the car looks. After that, not much similarity. Thanks very much to, I think it was Clive Wilmot, who sent me the court transcript of the court case for the copyright infringement that happened here in South Africa, in KwaZulu-Natal, by the way. And from that, it's quite clear that there's very little similarities between these cars. So yeah, that's basically me apologizing. I am learning as I'm going along. I'm quite lazy to read, but I do learn a lot from watching videos and those sort of things, and that's really the purpose of these videos. You know, when we started the build, there was, or there is, very little along the ways of people showing you what to do, and that goes really for Lotus 7, Birkin, Caterham, all of them, I found very little along the ways of how you actually assemble the cars and the problems that people run into. I even did a search for things I wish I knew before I built my Birkin. And I did the same for Lotus 7 and for Caterham. And really, there was very little that actually came up along the lines of trying to help you to not make mistakes, or the sort of mistakes or the sort of things that you can expect to run into. While I'm at it and while I'm apologizing, I also thought I'll take a couple of minutes very quickly to thank a few people. Again, the Lotus community is, in a word, awesome. There are so many people that are just willing to help out, willing to give information, or whatever the case might be. And let's start with Clive Wilmot. Clive pointed me to the Oz Clubbies. Massive source of information. I did admit to being lazy to read. It is a huge overload of information. They've got so much information sitting over there. I do recommend the site. It's ozclubbies.com.au if I'm not mistaken. I'll put a link to that in the description. Description over here somewhere. Is it there somewhere? I can't remember now. It's here somewhere. If anybody else wants to go and look at that, then Clive, also that book that you suggested I buy. I went looking for it on Takealot. They don't seem to have it. Could you perhaps give us an idea of where to search for the book? I would really like to get it, even if it's just as a novelty. Mistake from my side. Michael J actually sent the court papers about the copyright to me. Jeff Wilson and Andrew Canaston. Sorry about the mispronunciation of the surname over there. Thanks for the intro to the Lotus Club. We will definitely join that club, and by the time this video airs, I would have filled in the paperwork and sent it back. So yeah, thanks for that. Doug Tapper, thank you so much for sending us pics about your setup on the fuel tank and how to actually achieve that. As you'll see later on in the same video, we did manage to get the fuel tank installed and looking quite sharp. Very happy about that. Then very special thanks to Murray Donkin for reaching out, having a good chat. Thank you so much for all the information you gave me. Specifically, thank you for those plans that you sent. We haven't quite gotten to them yet, just work pressure, not being able to get to everything that we're supposed to do. And I have to be honest again, if I have to come home and choose between working on the car for a bit or reading documents is sort of what I do all day, every day. And so yeah, if I have to choose, I'd rather get my fingers dirty. And then of course, lastly, but definitely not the least, Wayne Sylvester. Wayne, thank you so much. Wayne is such a super character. He's taken so much time to help us out, and I mean, for no apparent reason. We have gone ahead and ordered the reverse water kit that we spoke about, and when I fit that, I will explain to you guys how that works. Obviously, that's specific to the Toyota 4AGE motor that we are running, the 20 valve RSI motor, the silver top, which is the 115 kilowatt motor. And we also ordered the special oil adapter, because as I pointed out in the previous video, there just isn't enough space behind the branches to be able to fit the oil filter. So Wayne is helping us out to get something machined that's actually going to fit into there so that we can relocate our oil filter. And then we've also gone ahead and ordered our bucket seats. So that's really going to move the build forward in a big way and bring us 1, 2, 3, 4 steps closer to that magic point of test starting the motor. I was watching a video recently from Chris over at BS4 Build, and he explained how important it is to have a running car before you really put your effort into it. And you know, up until that point, I mean, I was building Meccano, I was having a Joel. So thanks Chris, thanks for pointing out how important it is to actually get the car started before you actually carry on and doing major work on it. Cool, I think that's basically it. So I'm going to leave you to carry on watching this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And please do subscribe, please do click like on this video. We really appreciate your support. Thanks guys.
I look for daydreams in the night while trying to hide from the daytime. Who's can win?
we have fitted the lights at the back, which is brake light, driving lights, reverse light and indicator. It was pretty simple. Brendan made us a small template which we used just to mark them out and drill 2 little holes each and fit them. A quick top tip, these lights are not interchangeable. The left goes left and the right goes right, because if you look at it, if you swap them around, the wiring that now comes out in the corner over there would be coming out on the wrong corner. Also, there's actually a hole in there where the wiring goes through, which means you could trap water inside there if it goes the wrong way around. So yeah, just be sure that you put the correct one on the correct side, not the right one on the right side and the left one on the left side. Exactly. Basically. Right, and this is where we ask for your help yet again. We've got this little oak over here, which is, focus please, there we go, which is for the Toyota motor that we've got installed in the car over here. The wire reads air temperature sensor. Now normally what would happen is this oak would go into the airbox to measure the ambient temperature and obviously make adjustments on the fuel ratios and whatnot according to that. Right now we are thinking drill a hole on the side of the throttle body here and put it through there, because then obviously it will measure the air temperature. What say you? Please leave some comments. A quick little top tip for you. On the Toyota motor, this is the Toyota RSI 20 valve 1600 silver top motor. You have to cut off this little bit over here, and maybe I can get Brendan to show you what we cut off there. It's on the shelf over there. You have to cut that bit off there. Now, not an expert on this motor, so please don't shoot me. I do believe it's got something to do with the automatic choke and temperature and whatnot on the standard motor. It's this bit over here that we cut off, because obviously that's not going to be used in this car. Wayne Sylvester, thank you very much. Shout out to Wayne Sylvester, created us this little aluminium bit that's going to go into there very snugly. So what we're going to do now is give this oak some a little bit of silicone, a bit of gasket maker, and punch it into the hole over here so it's a nice tight fit and airtight. Very important that that is airtight. You do not want to leak air over there.
Your sun shines through all my rooms, lighting up the moon and me, and humming the wolves to sleep. I start to write, I start to write. I start to write.
Okay, so we had an oops moment. This oak fits quite tight, and it's supposed to fit quite tight. I don't think though that that it was supposed to do that. It broke. So back to the drawing board. We'll have to take this oak off and I don't know, fix it in some other way. We'll get back to you on how we actually managed to do that. Right, on that disaster we're going to call it a day. I'm going to have to make a plan to get this fixed and sealed up without our little insert. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe and click like and subscribe, which is on this side. I figured out from watching the other videos. And yeah, please leave a comment if there's anything that you would like to share with us, if there's anything you would like to comment on, if you would like to know anything specific that we can maybe check out for you, find for you. We'd be very happy to do that. I promise you I'll make a point of answering every single comment and responding to every single comment that comes in. And again, thank you very much to the Lotus community. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for all the information that you've given us. Thanks again to all the people that we mentioned in this video. And have an awesome day, an awesome week.